Hello everyone and welcome to another wonderful build video of our scale model house project. Let's take a look at where we're at today. I didn't clean up after the last wall we finished, wall 9. Take this time to dust off my sandpaper, get a little organized, pick up my shorts. I have a lot of shorts that were left over from the last one. So just grabbing all those. No piece is too small to save. I mean, you're like, what about this tiny piece? Yeah, save that one too. I don't know. Like, just save them all. This isn't a chance that we get every day to do a model this nice. And then if we come up short at the end, then you're gonna wish you had a couple little extra pieces. So again, here's what we have. We have the needle nose pliers, cutting surface, razor blade, pencil, bag of shorts, sandpaper, and we just finished wall 9, so we're going to go to wall 10. Right. So the first thing I always like to do is check to see if these members can be made with the 2x4s, which they can. So that's nice. And then I can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, there's going to be 4 more that are going to be full 8-footers. So that's it for this bundle. So take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And that's just for starters. So just get that going. And I'll try to keep this in the middle of the workspace. So with your pencil nice and sharpened, I find it works a lot better when it's sharpened on the balsa. All right, look at that. It's looking nice. I think 2 will be fine. I think 2 nails in this top piece will be fine. Yeah, that feels good. It's so short, I think 2 is enough. Let's get the second one in here. Align it very carefully with your lines on the paper. That looks great. Grab a nail. Nice. And we have our first 2 pieces done. That's great. Let's check these studs out. Okay, that one's going to need a little sanding. That one's going to need nope, no sanding for you. You're going right in there. But it does have a slight twist in it. Barely. It's almost unnoticeable, but there is a slight twist. I don't think that's a big deal. There we go. Just ever so slightly. Just give it a gentle sand. It's a little too tight. There we go. Nice. That one's in there. This looks great. Looks like we have all of our next pieces. So I'm going to put these two up for a second and then do the perimeter pieces. Those are always our our third and fourth pieces. All right. Great. Those are, that's a little too tight. Put it back here. It's still a little tight. I don't like it to be too tight because it puts pressure on the other nails. These really aren't that tight. Okay. This is fun. Making sure it's lined up nicely. There we go. Great. We're making some great progress on this wall. And then we have another 4x4 section next. So I'm going to take a look at whatever 4x4s I have in my shorts bag, and it's not much. That's pretty good. Is there anything else that I could use that for? Nope, that's pretty much it. So I like this 4x4 piece. That's our next move here before we get to the cripples and trimmers. And I'm holding it right here, making a little mark. There we go. Work very slowly with your 4x4 pieces. The 4x4 pieces are in short supply in this kit. It would appear to me that there is the least of 4x4 in your scale model lumber. Now that's not the end of the world if you run out of that, because you could always laminate two 2x4s. So you could put two 2x4s together, and then that dimensionally gives you the same dimension as the 4x4. You can see visually that's what's happening there. So we don't want to do that, but if we have to. Okay. Let's look at the cripples on top. Excuse me, just sneezed. All right, we got those three going in, and I see a discrepancy. So I see something that I consider an error, so I will correct it and point it out to you. In the structure here, above this trimmer is a cripple. Above this trimmer, there is no cripple. All the other, no, they have it over here as well. They have an absence of a cripple there. But I will put the cripple there, and I will put another one here. For me, this is just what I always see above the trimmer, and this keeps the header from twisting. And you're like, well, how does it twist? Well, it's a load bearing member, and so there's pressure on it. So you want to make sure that it's supported correctly. I'll get one more piece out of the bag for that. Okay, let's go. Okay. Got it? It's nice. Nice fit there. And you're like, why don't you leave it in? Oh, that's snug. Snug. Okay, well, I'm not leaving it in there because this is my, I call it my master or my template piece. Whatever you want to call it, it's the piece that I grab another piece and then I measure that other piece against it, then I make my line. So that's going to be my cut. This one, same thing, that's going to be my cut. And this one, that's going to be my cut. Once I get a nice block that's the exact right size, this is exactly what I do on the job site as well. I'm not measuring each one and trying to get it exactly perfect. If you have done it right, if you have built this wall correctly, you should be able to cut all these wherever your saw is. And then, boy, this is really tough. Actually, this is so tough, I'm just gonna forget this piece. It's just so hard to work with. I just don't like it. I feel that is going in the trash right now. And I'm gonna just switch over to another piece. And if I feel like it's so hard to even cut it, I'm not gonna put a nail through it very easily. If that's happening, then I am in trouble. I could slip, break something, shift something on our build area, and I don't want to do that. I want to be really safe. I want to work slowly and safely. This isn't a race. So I want to make a comment on that. There's people who can do things really fast on the job site. That's great. We only work as fast as it's safe for us to work. Everyone has different speeds of working. Now, The reason why I say it's not a race is you can work your day and you can do it safely, or you can ignore safety, you can rush, and if you rush, there's the potential that you're going to have an accident. And I don't want to talk about this in some dark, sinister way. I just want to say, when you're not paying attention, you could have an accident. And that accident could be something that really hurts you. So you want to make sure that you're always taking safety into account first. Here's an example. My friend, who's a roofer, he fell off the roof and he broke his leg. He landed on the fence and his leg snapped in two. And he needed several months and several $1,000s of reconstructive surgery on his leg. And he walks with a limp now, and he's still a roofer, and that's what he plans on doing forever, you know, being a roofer. It's his chosen trade, it's his favorite thing. Well, maybe his favorite thing is raising goats. He does have several hundred goats. But the point is, if you fall off a roof, you just set yourself back on your time schedule quite a bit. You know, I don't care how fast you were going, and then all of a sudden that accident happened. But I mean, you could be out for months. So when someone's going a little bit faster than you on the job site, maybe they're nailing the wall a little faster, or they're putting the insulation in a little faster, that's okay. You know, people might be like, oh, why are you so slow? Be like, safety first. People are kind of mean sometimes in the job environment. It might be real like try to see what you're about. And you know, you have to have answers. You have to have answers for when people start trying to flex on you. And you know things. You've learned a lot in this class. And for that not to be acknowledged is not right. There we go. There we go. Well, we are already with all of those cripples, and I know this one was not called for in the plans. I added it anyway. I feel like this is stylistically more in line with code than what we were seeing in the actual drawing itself. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what I'm referencing, it's this little piece right here that I'm shading in, this little piece above the trimmer and above the header. Okay, so that's this extra piece that we put in here, and I think it's important. So if you were to see this in real life, you'll have a piece up here. Not having the piece up there would make me concerned. So I would be like, that doesn't look right, just visually. Okay, we are really moving on this wall. I don't know why I want to put this one in. I think it's because it's wiggling around a lot. I'm trying to be careful with my finger. There we go. Since it's wiggling around so much, I'm going to put one in from the bottom too. I haven't been using two for those areas, but might as well. Here we go. This is nice and snug, so I'm only going to put one there, but I'm also going to put two over here. I'm off to a bad angle. I'm going to take that out, reassess the angle. There we go. Nice. Now, next for the trimmers here and here. This is saying this is a 2-foot door. 2 foot. What is this? That mark is 2 inches. I think that this is mismarked. This should be 5 feet, and this should be 2 feet. So you would say 2 feet, or you would say 5 feet. When we use the double mark, the double mark on top right here, that is inches. So I believe that that is a typo that I'm seeing here. It might be some autocorrect something that someone did on this. No big deal, not dissing. I'm just saying, like, this obviously is supposed to be a 2-foot door, and a 2-foot door is not very wide. So I would say that that's the minimum door that I see. If you want to take out your tape measure and measure that, I do not usually see doors that size. I usually see doors that are closer to 3 foot. A 3-foot door is the standard in your exterior doors, your front door and your back door. So my point is, I don't think you would be building a door that's this narrow in California. You might repair a door that's this small, but new doors have a different level of compliance on the width. And the width makes them what we call ADA compliant, Americans with Disabilities Act compliant. And that's for wheelchair access, predominantly wheelchair or walker. And you're like, Mr. Patino, I'm not in a wheelchair. Well, yeah, up until last week, my mom wasn't in a wheelchair either until she fell down and broke her ankle, and now she's in a wheelchair. So, like, we had to go borrow one from a friend that had also fallen and hurt her ankle. And then now when mom is rolling around the house, she can go through the doorways. But the doorways are a certain width for a certain reason. Just make sure it's for a good reason that they're that size. And I want to say this might be the minimum size you see, but I don't think this is code in California, this 2 foot. Because I don't know if you could really fit the wheelchair through something that was 2 foot. There we go. Nice. It's looking good. It's looking really good. Got another wall. Almost done. Hello? I'm lecturing. Hold on, I'll be right there for a second. Okay. Now, when I'm looking at this wall, I'm seeing that we're making great progress, and we do have just a couple little things to add. So I'm just picking up a couple of the pieces that I happen to have left over after I cut these cripples, or these trimmers. So I'm just gonna go bap, bap, and then do the top one. The top one looks like it's gonna require an entire piece, so I could just put another piece up there. We are so close. So I'm gonna just measure this one first and do this one because then I could just do all the nailing at once. Got it. Okay, so then that's gonna go up there. Perfect, perfect length. Okay, so for this one, these are gonna need to be individually cut. So I'm going to check the size there. Cut there. These are really tough to get just right. I think I can, oh, that's a little too small. It's tough. Nice, nice, right there. And then this one, bam, look at that. So nice. All right. Wow. All I got to do is get my nails in, and we are done with wall 10. That was fast. That was super fast. Okay. Be careful not to poke yourself when you're putting these in. Okay, this shifted a little bit. Oh, I also didn't nail these in. What? I didn't nail that top in? Oh, what sloppy work. Fix that right now. I'm putting a nail in at an angle, and the angle is to hide the nail inside, because if we just went straight, it would stick out. So I'm just going like that. Oh, it came out the other side, pushing that back a little bit. I'm just going to leave that out a little bit. Not a problem. Oh, that came out the side also. So I'm going to just get one of the parts of the needle nose. Get that out. I missed that again. Yeah, I was just getting so excited that it was getting close to being done. Now I'm just like having to do it 3 times. Okay. How's that going? Come on. Nice, 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 nice. All right, let's go to the top. And my last 2 nails that I've taken out, oh, I just dropped one. My last 2 nails I've taken out, I'll use to put this on. And so I'm just going to go straight down here. I think that'll look nice. Okay. And here we go. Oh, keep dropping. I'm just going to go like right here at an angle. There we go. That's nice. Awesome. Wall 10 is done. Oh. Any questions about wall 10? No? Okay, great, great, Great. We're rocking and rolling, so I'm gonna just try to gently wiggle. I mean, the way I'm doing it with just my fingers just kind of going back and forth like this ever so gently is because I don't want it to break. There we go. I hope that shows you like how much time you should take at this point, because you did all this hard work of creating wall 10, and then just to like try to pull it off so quickly, you could break something. If you break something, you're gonna have to take some time and redo it, which that's frustrating for me when I have to do something twice. I don't know if it's the same for you, if you don't like doing things twice when you could only, I mean, there's some things that you need to do twice. No problem. I'm just glad you're here. So we just finished wall 10. And so wall 10 is done. And we're moving to wall 11. So that's the update. And I will publish this video after class. Look at that. Oh, look how great that is. Wow, all 10. Wow, it's all happening so quickly now. So I'm gonna go put this in a safe spot, and then I'm gonna move on to wall 11. And you can see wall 11's right here. This is the smallest wall. Wall 13 is not, it's not as wide, but it has less pieces. I mean, but wall 11 has less pieces. Okay. Great. Let's take a look here. When I'm looking at this, of course, there's my top and my bottom. This one already feels super hard, so I already don't like that. Maybe we can get away using a full one of this one. This feels softer. Okay, so top and bottom, and then we're gonna have three studs. Boom, boom, boom. This is gonna go quickly. I already see that happening. So these three off to the side. Let's get our first two pieces cut here. I did find out something interesting today that I'll share with you. Boy, this one's hard. This one's too hard. I cut halfway through it. Do I wanna? Yeah, I already cut halfway through it. If I had cut less of it, I would turn this piece into a whatchamacallit. I would turn it into a stud, but no, too late. I'm definitely sanding more off of this one because it's harder, so it takes more sanding work. It just looks like it's more because it is more. Wow, that's super hard. I'm trying to get a better position. I'm a little overextended for this. There we go. Get in there. Now with the second one, Okay, that one's in. I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use this just yet. This is super hard. So I'm going to put that in another pile of my do not use pile. And if I can avoid using it, then that's great. I do not like the pieces that are too hard to cut. I feel like if I slip with my razor blade, then that could lead to an accident. And I want to be putting safety first. So sometimes that means choosing better materials. I know that's for sure with paint. You can get lots of different types of paint. And of course you want low VOC paint or zero VOC paint. And that VOC is volatile organic compound. They're very toxic. So the really good paint that you get will say zero or low VOC. We got our two pieces in, and we are ready. Let's go. Boom. Oh, not even any sanding. What? This one's gonna need a little sanding. Great. Okay, so these are our third and fourth pieces. These are gonna go in next, and I need some more nails. It's time to go to the nail bag. Grab a pinch. That's a good amount. I think the only thing that would improve this is if I made a little dish to pull the nails up. That could improve this. I'm always looking at ways to improve my efficiency. And I'm only competing with myself. But I always like to get better. It's not all about speed. So when I say get better, it's not like, oh, I did that job in 3 hours instead of 8 hours. This is about how the job comes out, which is it's really hard to say, like, what makes a job successful? Well, the customer has to be happy with the work you did. You have to be happy with the work you did. Your boss, if you're not your own boss, needs to be happy with how it worked out. There's a lot of complexity to it. There we go. Looks like we just need 2 fire blocks. Bam, bam. This piece is super hard, so nailing through it is difficult. This piece here, it's very dense. And the nail came out sideways. I'm going to leave that one because it's very hard to see, and I don't think I'm going to catch my finger on it, but it might catch up with me later. I better just take it out. Just even saying it, there's no excuse to leave something in that's protruding like that. And you might say, well, Mr. Bettino, it's in the wall. No one's going to see it. Yeah, but I know it's there. It found its way through the same hole. Take pride in your work. If you don't take pride in your work, no one else will take pride in that work or brag about you. You want to do your best all the time. So when someone says, oh, did you do that? And you're like, yeah. You trying to get a deck? You trying to have some wall rebuilt? You trying to whatever? And then if they're like, yeah, then you're gonna get a job. You're gonna get a potential client out of that, or a referral. They'll say, oh, my friend really wants somebody to do that right now. My friend needs some cement work, or my friend needs this. And then you're like, oh yeah, well, I could do that. Let me go, I'll do a quote. Whoa, that one came all the way through the bottom. Okay. Well, I think that's a good place to just take a little break. Okay, we're gonna put the top cap plate on wall 11. That's the next step, and we're going to use some nails to accomplish that. Great. With those two nails, wall 11 is completed. Awesome. Now wiggle it ever so gently. There we go. And we're out. Let's push these nails out from the back. There we go. There we go. Ooh, this is really hard. This is a hard piece. You just have to get it out a little bit. Okay, wall 11 completed. Nice. Let's move on to wall 12. Let's put this in a safe spot. And move on to wall 12. Pretty much almost done with this bundle, so I'm going to just get rid of that plastic. Let's look. Top, bottom, studs, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. And this is going to go really quick. They're all going really quick at this point because they're so small. So I hope you're in a groove. And no problem being late. No problem with that. No problem with that. Better that you're here than not here. That's what I always say. Or that, okay, I do say that, but I also say always late, but worth the wait. I'm always running behind schedule. My friends always know that. Professionally, I'm always on time, but you know, when it's just about me and my friends, then I'll text them. I'll be like, "Hey, I'm going to be half an hour late," or "Hey, I'm going to be 45 minutes late," or "Hey, hey, 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 hey." So that's really, you know, that's different than being late and not telling anybody that you're going to be late. So there's a little difference there. There we go. Just a little bit of sanding. Nice, just a little. And we are in there. And just a little here too. Just ever so slightly. You can feel it. You can feel how slight this is. There we go. Great. Okay. Someone who watched the YouTube video commented that they magnetized the needle nose pliers, and you can do it with the magnet rubbing the same direct. Now this isn't a magnet, obviously. This is just my 3D printed cutting surface. But if you rub rub it, let go, rub it, let go, rub it, let go, you can start to magnetize your tool. And some people find that very helpful. It's up to you whether you want to do that or not. There's no magnet in your kit, so you'd have to have a magnet at home. So otherwise I'd show you how to do it. I try only to show tools that you have in your kit and only project materials that you have in your kit. Great. This looks great. Okay, let's get two more in here. A little sanding. Oh, that's nice. This is going super fast, so let's get these nails in. Holding firmly, following through. I'm excited about building these the scale model house projects in person. I think that's going to be really fun. We're going to make a little neighborhood of little homes. A little neighborhood of our size of let's see, that would be like 56 houses. We could call that a subdivision. Great. Okay. Does that piece just perfectly fit in there? What? Oh, I love it when that happens. Let's see what else I got here. Let me check my shorts. That piece looks good, but do I have anything that's closer? Yep, right there. That's closer, and then just choose something that's like tiny. I'll choose the tiniest one. I said save all the small pieces just in case, and look at this. That small one is gonna go right there. Perfect. Perfect. Ooh, yeah. Now this one's gonna need a little cut. So let's see what we can do. Yeah, this is a little harder piece. I really don't like using these super high density pieces. Some of the balsa is harder, some of it's softer. It's great. What? We just need the cap plate. I'll cut the cap plate now. Not long enough. Yes, long enough. Holding firmly. Oh, I hit something. Readjust. If you hit another nail while you're nailing, pull out the one that you're currently trying to nail and push it into a different spot. Great. And this wall's done. Wall 12. And the crowd goes wild. Oh, that's okay. No problem, no problem. I'm not worried about you being late. I'm just glad you're here. Okay, gently taking off wall 12. I try to be very slow when I'm pressing on these nails because I want to use them again. And if I bend them, then I have to throw them away. But if I'm really good with them, if I'm gentle with them, then I can get them to come out and then pull them out without bending them. There we go. This is the quietest construction site I've ever been on. Usually you hear sounds of saws and trucks and heavy equipment. Oh, I didn't nail these other ones. Oh, and they're all moving on me. I got too excited. My bad. They were all cut so well, they just stayed there. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. You always have time to catch your mistakes, and if you don't, then the building inspector will catch them for you and let you know what you have to do. Now that the wall's up, I'm just more freestyling, putting in the nails. This one is in a weird spot, so I'm just gonna go straight through the side wall. I'm gonna go straight through here. Nice. Okay. Flip it over. Go in there. I'm gonna be very careful not to poke myself because when you're working in these tight spaces, you can poke yourself quite easily. This was the hard piece. It's very dense. Put the nails in there now. That's great. So there we have it. Wall 12. Congratulations, you finished another section of wall. Let's move on to wall 13. Oh, but to move on to the wall 13, down here, we're going to need to reset. So this is a good point, a good time to put this in a safe place. Let's pick up our shorts. Boom, boom, boom. These are pretty long. I'm going to keep those out. Clean off our sandpaper. Move our surfaces over. And any of our extra nails. Now we're going to remove the nails from the sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to take all those nails out. I'm just using my thumbnail to pull them out. They're, it's not very hard. Okay, now I'm going to move this up on the foam, and then we're going to reestablish it. But now, you didn't know you were going to get a lecture on foam, but you are. You're like, what? The foam? The foam? Yeah, the foam. Okay, I got the information here. I needed more foam pieces because of the level 1 students. And so I started to look at what this piece actually was. So this piece that you have is from a company called Insole Foam. And it looks like a 1/2 inch thick, and it's 14.5 inches wide and 24 inches long. So it's very similar to what this is. And It's really interesting how you can use this insulation foam in the walls of your house to reduce your energy bills, or you can use it to build your scale model house. So I just thought that was really interesting, and maybe you find it interesting also. But I always like to tell you if I find something cool out. So I was looking through the storage, the class storage, and then was able to find that. Okay. Let me put some nails in here. I'm just putting the nails in by hand. It doesn't seem to need a tool to put the nails in. I'm trying to smooth it. I'm trying to smooth it to pull any wrinkles out of the paper. And now we have 7 nails in, so we can easily work on the next area. The next area being wall 13. Let me try to adjust it down just a little bit more. Let's see if we can get that in frame. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Try to, there we go. Great. Okay, so our new focus is wall 13. Let's bring our tools back. Our razor blade, our cutting surface, our pencil, our needle nose pliers, tape measure, and lumber. Scale model lumber. Well, I guess it's still lumber. I don't think we need to say it's scale model lumber. Okay, so let's look at wall 13. I'm gonna zoom in and see if we can get a better look. I think that's about it. Because it's so far on the edge, and then I'll be able to zoom in a little bit more for wall 14. Okay, so let's see what we have to work with here. This piece is totally long enough. Going to my shorts bag. What about this one? Is this one the right size? It's perfectly the right size. This shorts bag is impressing me all the time. Look at that, not even any cutting going on. This is great. Now this is a little harder of a piece. So this is one of those higher density pieces that we've talked about, higher density balsa, but it's already the right size. So it's great to use it for this. Okay. Now this one's the same, so I'm actually just going to put this one up against the other one, and then right there. That's nice. Let's get a nail. Well, since I put the other nails in by hand, what can I put this one in by hand? I can put it in a little bit, but it doesn't feel good for me. So I'm just going to push that in. There we go. Got it? I'm just doing the cat plate right now, might as well. I found that a smaller piece of sandpaper also works pretty well. So if you want to cut the piece into a smaller piece, that also works. I'm not going to nail that right now because I think we need our studs in here. So let's look at that. 1, 2, and I need more. 3, 4, and I'm on to another bundle, just like that. So let's go to our inventory. Grab a new bundle of studs. I haven't counted how many are in each of these, but there are a lot. Do I need any more? I think I just need a few for work to, oh, I found an extra one here. I'll just take 2 out, and then I'll put the rest to the side, and then I'll use my shorts if I can for some of the other stuff. Involve 13. So this one feels great. So maybe I can just switch its position over here just to start with that one. Okay, that looks great. And then over here, perfect. What about this one? Nope, need a little sanding. Okay. I'm gonna move this one up for now and just get the nails in. Here we go. Nice. I'm gonna need 2 spacers. I just jump really quickly into the bag and I grab anything that's close to 1 inch long. There's 2. Here's a 3rd one. You know, so these just go in. Oh, I have to get my perimeter first. Perimeter. Mm-hmm. Great. So for this one, we're going to put in some channel blocks, and you know, I'm just going to put I'm just going to put a few in here. And they're going to be too long, but I'm not concerned about that. It seems super hard, so maybe we're going to have some trouble going through it, but I'd rather use the hard ones for something like that. Okay, looks like we have a few more shorts, so let's get our shorts in there and there. That looks great. Let's get this one. Okay, it's looking good. This is really tough, pushing through that high density piece in the center. Watch your fingers when you're doing these side nails. Great. This is looking good. Let's get this cap plate on. What? We're done with another wall already? That's awesome. And I need to draw some more nails out of my bag. Now seal your bag. Never want to leave this bag open because it'll make a mess. That's not what you want. You don't want to mess with these nails around. Need a magnet to get them all up. Okay. Look how great that came out. That's right, that's right. Now we have wall 13. Ta-da! All right. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. Oh, I pushed too hard. I pushed too hard, and now I realize that I did not nail in these side pieces. So I will get to that. This is really tough to push on because this is a high density piece. So let me see if you can see that. I'm hanging it off the edge of the foam and pushing down. Wow, those are actually really tough to get out. So Again, I don't really like using the super high density balsa pieces if I can avoid it, because they do tend to lead me to use a lot of force while I'm working, and too much force while I'm working could mean that I crush part of the model, which is obviously not what we want to do. Just following up here with a couple of nails to hold those channel blocks in. And this section. And this wall 13 is done. Bam! All right. Let's put this in a safe place before we move to wall 14. Okay, so we can go with one there and one there. That's a good start. I'm liking that. So let's just do that. We're really moving. Today alone, we have finished wall 10, wall 11, wall 12, wall 13, and we're starting wall 14. So this is a really good day for us. Although every day we work to the best of our abilities, not every day do we make the same amount of progress. This one's super hard. I'm going to save this for a vertical piece because it's so hard. This one's okay. I'll need to take out several more studs from the bundle. I'll need one for the bottom. I already have one on the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should be enough to get me going for now. I'm gonna put those off to the side. And I'd like to call your attention right here to this little piece that I've drawn in. This is not a piece that is in the plans on wall 14, but in the anatomy of this door, you would usually see a cripple here, and the cripple sandwich, the trimmer on the bottom and the cripple on the top sandwich the header. And that holds on to this one. Now that is also what I believe should be here. I think you could leave it out, but just the anatomy of the wall, the building code, I believe would dictate that you put one here as well. So that's my addition for that piece, this section of wall. We're making great progress today. Nice. As always, when beginning a wall, you start with the top and the bottom. The sole plate and the top plate. Let's see how these fit into our equation. And this one is so hard. I almost don't want to use it. You know what? I'm going to leave this out of the rotation for now. I don't want to put this into the building materials pile because it's so hard. I'm going to leave this out. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm just putting it to the side where I know I can get it later if I run out. Okay. Okay. This is looking good. There we go. That's nice. Then we're going to need some spacers. I think I used up all my spacers. Oh, there's one more. I think I used up all my spacers. I'm just going to try to use a couple of the things I haven't used yet, even though they're a little shorter than the 1 inch that's being called for. So I'm going to put these in here and just see how that goes. Let's finish the perimeter. Go. Let's see about getting another piece in. That looks great. Holding firmly with these 2 fingers. Great. right there, right there. And I think once we get these full-length studs in, that will be a nice spot to pause our progress. This wall 14 is shaping up very quickly. It's also another one of these smaller sections of wall. Great. All right. This is a good place to take a break for today, and I hope you've enjoyed building this model with me.